Hello. How is it going? I hope you're doing well. Everybody's doing well. I pass. Damn, I outsmarted. Did not anticipate that. But yeah, we're playing Animal Crossing New Murder. It's it's both a browser game and a and we're also playing it in the within the Switch. You will see what that means in just a sec. I should make this windowed actually. I may need to crop it. Oh no, that's fine. I just need to resize it. Let's see, can I have it take up more of this, like this screen? That's good enough, I think. Yeah. Actually, let me shrink it just a little bit more. Because I want to see the chat. We're doing this on the fly. Just right, yeah, right here looks okay. Yeah. Put that up there just a little bit. Oh. Resize it like this, I think? Yeah. Don't want it escaping from the frame. There we go. That's... Oh. That's good. That's good. Okay. Okay. Animal Crossing New Murder. Alright. Read Nen's letter? I guess we read this first, before we start. Okay, let's see. Looking for a detective. A murder attempt happened last night with a local pupper Lucky as the victim. I was the one who discovered the crime scene, so the villagers are blaming me. I need someone to clear my name and find the true culprit. I'm looking for a detective who can find the truth by talking to a whole cast of unique characters, all with their own point of view. This detective would also need to be able to search my in-game island for evidence to use in an Ace Attorney-like court system to make their case. If this sounds interesting to you, please come. To get here, you'll need a Nintendo Switch, a copy of Animal Crossing New Horizons, and a Nintendo Online subscription. Raymond did it, said tweet. Hey Saffron. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You know, actually, since this is like an Ace Attorney style game, I'll make this like an open VC thing. Like, yeah. Although sharing it, no, it's not gonna be an issue. Like sharing it, I just have to switch between the browser window and my Switch capture. But yeah, it'll be open for people to take additional voices if they wish. Let's read the rest of this. If you lay on a bed in your in-game home, you'll be able to travel to my dream island, New Leaf, through my address. I'll be waiting near my house in the center of the island with more information. If you have the time and skills, please reach me via my dream code, TA519755107359. And I got that written down. I got the dream ID written. Let's go! Okay, new game. Here's the protagonist. I'm so glad you could make it, Detective. I'm starting to get desperate. I'm the one who found Lucky knocked out, so everyone has been blaming me. It's a bit late for joining, you'll be watching a bit, gotcha. Thank you for coming in regardless, Saffron. Well, mostly just Agent S, but she's very vocal and persuasive. I fear she's gonna convince everyone to give me the boot, or worse. Please tell me you're here to help me. We're here to help. Gender. Welcome in, Juno. Hope you're doing well. Oops. Yeah. Thank goodness. Forgive me. I've been so stressed I seem to have forgotten my hospitality. Welcome to our humble island, New Leaf. You did make it here, right? Like, you're on the Dream Island? If you haven't yet, this would be a good time to boot up New Horizons and take a nap on a bed inside your home. Tell Luna you want to dream and enter my dream address. DA5197-5510-7359. I guess we can do that right now. Had a cold at ZA is fun. I'm glad it's fun. I want to play it eventually. I give it a little break to do it. You don't know what to do with yourself. That's fair. Right, so I'm gonna do that right now, actually. I'm gonna take my Switch out of sleep mode real quick. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright, that's us. I changed my hair recently. Yes, let's sleep. Okay. So we'll enter the Dream Island right now. Emboar, Charizard, Clefable, and Banette. I see. Games are well rested. Okay. I want to dream. I will... Flames and spooks, yeah. Ended up after Lampent. That'd be fun. Okay. So... Revisit a dream, because we did type it in earlier. New Leaf, here it is. Yes. Let's go back there. Havelug sounds like it'd be fun. I've never used one. Drift and compile, emerge within the dream of New Leaf. Yeah, I know, I didn't mute it, I just have it to... I'm gonna be going back to the website in a little bit. We're back. New Leaf. Okay. But yeah, I'm doing alright. Alright. Let me mute this for a sec and go back to the website. Okay. Then you should be on New Leaf! You'll find me in the center of the island. Also, I left you some detective gear in case you didn't bring your own. They're in the blue wrap packages in the mailroom just to the left of the plaza. Okay. But yeah, as I was saying, welcome to New Leaf. Why is it called New Leaf, you may be wondering? I don't know, I thought it'd be funny. It's not like anyone else had a better name. Our island might not be the most impressive island you've seen on the internet. But, hey, someone almost died. You could say we got that going for us. What were you doing last night, the night of the murder attempt? Oh, right, last night. It was almost a clear night. A few clouds, but you could still see stars for miles. I was standing right in front of my house hunting for shooting stars, so I basically just stood there for a few hours. But, you know, I was doing other things. Other, like, non-game things, you know? I actually do that a lot. Leave the, game on. Don't ask how many hours I have. So, I wouldn't say I was super present. But I did look over anytime something shot across the screen. What did you do after that? What about finding the victim? What about finding the victim Lucky? Well, before calling it a night, I usually do a couple of laps around the island. I like to end my night with some conversations with my neighborly critters. I gotta check if they need anything, you know? It was pretty late, 2 a.m.-ish, so I only caught one villager out. Sterling. Well, I saw Lucky too, but yeah. It was, an unpleasant surprise. It's not something I expect to see on my Animal Crossing Mind downtime. I low-key freaked out. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to call. I didn't know that could even happen. I have no clue how to check for a pulse, so I checked to see if he was breathing. And thank goodness he was breathing. He conveniently lives in the infirmary, so I took him there. I got Sterling to help me out since he's all... Do you even lift, bro? When we got Lucky to the bed, the pupper woke up. I told him his head was bleeding profusely, and I had no clue what to do. He told me to get stitches so he could give him stitches. So I did just that. After Lucky reassured me with his precious little paw on my shoulder that he'll be okay, I called it a night. Mood Whiplash the game. Hi Wish game. Hope you're doing well. Today I came out early to see how things are going, and H&S is standing outside my door. She took my picture, asked some passive-aggressive questions, and told me I was going to court! Oh yeah, it's slug time. Let me do that. Well, it's not gonna be on my head, but it will be here. Did he get bitches? Slugsworth. Yeah, you know what? It's gonna be Slugsworth again. Yeah. Slugsworth is going to be right here. Alright, now let me enable the other one. Yeah, my head is occupied right now, so the slug has to be here. Everyone has been acting weird around me, and some have been straight up hostile. At least Lucky still treats me the same. Though, when I ask if he thinks I did it, he says, probably not. You have to help me, detective, I'm telling the truth. Why is Agent S blaming you? Do you have an alibi for the murder? How are you connected to the crime? Why is Agent S blaming you? Let's start with that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's because I found his body. Maybe it also has to do with how much I stand out. I may not have been wearing the most unsuspicious outfit last night. And I don't know if you've checked out my house yet, but it's a bit unconventional. It doesn't make me secretly a murderer. I just like weird stuff. And what's your relationship with the victim, Lucky? He's my baby. I care about him very much. I give him a fruit every day. I'll even wait for him to stand up if I have to. What do you think actually happened that night? I really wish I knew. Should have paid more attention. But whatever happened, I don't think it was an accident. It's true, he's a bit of a klutz and seems to get himself injured regularly. I mean, he straight up lives in the infirmary. He has to live there because, I quote, I wouldn't have to walk as much. But all that being said, I don't think this is one of those times. He has this unlucky thing going on, but doesn't always manifest itself as him falling on his face. It can also attract someone with malice or a person who makes an unfortunate decision, you know? Despite what his name implies, he just has bad luck. Yes, I called for you to help clear my name, but I was also hoping you could figure out who really did this. I don't want anything like this happening again. This cannot be swept under the rug. Lucky deserves justice and safety. Do you still want to help out? Yes, I do want to continue to play this game. If you're guilty, I'll turn you in. Thank you, thank you, thank you! Oh, I have something for you. It's the bag just left in my house. Screen left. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I guess I can go there and grab it, right? Yeah, let me mute the game real quick. Let's mute the game. Let's put the screen back up. Also gotta unmute it. This is going to be a lot. Okay, but there we go. Okay. So there was some... Here it is. Okay. Let me grab these. Let's put on our detective gear. Detective's coat. Detective hat. We are on the case. Okay, so just left of the house, screen left. Okay. Let's see. We go through here, okay. Right? No. Oh, through here, okay. Oh, there's Lice. There's... Nen, yeah. Screen left, she said? Whoa. Whoa, this... Look at this. That's amazing. There's a pitfall there. Okay. Let's see. There's another pitfall? Put those all over... These are all over the place. Okay. Oh, there's so many of these. There's so many pitfalls. Okay, let's see. Here we go. This isn't quite... No, not quite. Where her house is. It was over... It was back over there, I'm pretty sure, yeah. We are seeing a lot of the island, though, so that's pretty cool. This is... Oh. Through there, okay. Let's go down. It's the cool-ass... The cool-ass... Oh, there's Stitches. I think we went, like, right past her house. You see. Oh, we're back over here now. There we go. Okay. Alright, we got it. Oh, the gyroids. We got a satchel. Okay. Alright, let's go back to the... Go back to this and unmute. Okay. Alright. You may be wondering, but I have pockets. Why would I need this bag? Good question, hypothetical you. When items are in your pocket, they don't usually look like themselves, and you gotta hover over them to know what they are. You don't have time for that. But when you put clues into your bag, they'll have thumbnails and short descriptions. You'll never forget where you found them. Also, it's the only way you can present evidence you picked up. It's perfect if you gotta leave New Leaf at some point. Doritos. Perfect if you gotta leave. Ominous blurry picture of Doritos shows up. That was worth setting up. That was worth it. I'm glad I did it. Add stuff to your bag, tap the bag icon in the top left corner, and go to Add to Inventory. Type the item's name in, press enter, and there it is. When you're running around New Leaf, make sure to look out for anything you can pick or dig up. Literally anything could be evidence, I mean it. Anything you can grab with your spherical, grubby little hands could be used in our makeshift court of law. Everything outside, that is. Don't think there's clues indoors. But seriously, if it can go in your pocket, it's very possible it can go in your bag. Just double check your spelling. You can also find a map and villager profiles in your bag. They're presentable too. You'll be able to tackle anything with my bag. However, you can't open the bag in the hub page. Only when you're in a conversation. But that's alright. If you're not already talking to someone, you can go talk to yourself and bag check. Just tap the bag button. Depending on your browser, your bag may look different than the bag emoji pictured. Thanks. I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but you should probably go check the crime scene next. It's marked on the map inside your bag. Then Lucky, the victim, is just west of that. Then yeah, feel free to start the trial whenever you're done talking to everyone and gathering necessary evidence. Oh, a technical tip. To get testimonies from the villagers, you'll have to find them in New Horizons and talk to them first. Click the button that matches their catchphrase and you'll unlock their testimony. Okay, that's pretty good. Everyone should be hanging around or in their house, so you can find everyone with the map. What's that? Your hypothetical self's asking, what should you do if they don't say their catchphrase? No worries, I've thought about that. You can find the correct catchphrase hidden around the homes of the two villagers who sometimes don't say their catchphrase. If you're looking for evidence, I'm sure you'll see him. Speaking of evidence, don't forget you need to search the whole island for clues and evidence. You won't be able to start the trial if you don't put enough evidence in your bag. But also don't feel like you need every single evidence on this island to start the trial. Actually, I'm pretty sure you can't get everything before the trial. If you're patient, I'm sure the villagers will help you get to those places through your conversations with them. So try not to stress over that. Additionally, don't forget it's okay if you don't feel completely prepared. But you should have some idea of the vibe that's going. Got it. Did I mention to drink water daily? That's just as important. Okay, I'll stop telling you what to do. It's just, you know, my life is on the line. Get started right away. That's the spirit. I would go with you and help, but I'm under house arrest. You don't need me, though. I'm confident you can do this. You are a professional detective, after all. I hope. But, yeah. Thank you so much for helping me out. I wish you luck. Considering Lucky's bad luck, you might need it. Alright, it's time to talk to villagers. Do I have anything to put in my bag? Now is a good time to do so. Ben said I add items to... Yen? Yeah. Yen said I add items to my bag, tapping the bag icon in the top left corner. You don't have any evidence. Try snooping around the New Leaf Island on the Switch. this is an error? Try a good old refresh. What are these buttons here? Oh, okay. So I need to resize the browser a little bit. Just a little bit, like right here. I do like the concept they have going here. Like this is like, it's like 2 games in 1 essentially. But yeah, we don't have any evidence right now. We got Elvis, Sterling, Nien, Agent S, Anka, Cat, Chatter, Stitches, Julian, Lucky, and Meringue. And there's the map. And there's the crime scene. Okay. Zoom in, tap add to inventory, type the item's name in, then press enter. Do all I wanted to do? Yeah. Okay, me, let's go. Okay, now we go back over to the... I need to... Yeah, let's mute the tab like that. And then we go back here. Okay. So now we go over to the crime scene. Which is... Oh, there's the... Okay, here it is. Yeah, there it is. There's the attempted murder. Crime scene, do not cross. Alright, let's see. There's the infirmary. Alright, let's see who we find here. Smile. This is the infirmary. Let's go here. This is Lucky's house, I assume. Also, yeah, let me know how the audio is, by the way. Alright, Lucky. Alright, so we found Lucky. So I think... Yes, yeah, his catchphrase is there. So let's go back to the browser. Yeah, back to the browser, and then we'll pick this catchphrase. Hello, stranger Frencher. How are you, Lucky? Why did they call it infirmary when you oven the cold firmary of out hot eat the firmary? Hmm? How are you, Lucky? I'm doing great. Except I guess my head hurts. I feel kinda weak from all that blood I lost. On top of the normal chronic pain I live with. And I haven't eaten my second lunch. I'm not gonna let that track me down. I have been told to take it easy, though. I was basically prescribed to do what I usually do. What happened last night? I don't remember. Please try, I wanna help. Okay. I was out last night. I don't know why. Pretty sure I had a reason, though. I was sleepy, and when I'm not sleepy, I just go to sleep. Well, yes, I did end up going to sleep. Wasn't on purpose, though. Do you remember where you were going, how you passed out, and were getting attacked? Where were you going? Not at all. But I do remember being on the floor, and it wasn't my floor. I heard a bug friend freaking out. I didn't see them though, so I wouldn't be able to tell you what kind of bug. They said they were sorry. Oh, at some point, I have no clue when. I did hear someone say my name. Pretty sure it wasn't a bug. That person knocked on my head. It really hurt. I remember the voice. be able to tell you who it was. Sorry about that. Eventually, I woke up to Nian's tears. Which are wet. Not as wet as my face, which is soaked in my blood. What do you think happened that night? I don't know. Pretty clumsy. I probably just fell or something. Won't be the first. Is there anyone who you think would want to hurt you? Not really. Everyone here is my friend. I don't know why a friend would want to hurt me. Thank you for your info, Lucky. I'll solve this mystery. You say so. Okay, so we've talked to Lucky so far. Let's go find somebody else to talk to. Alright. So... is this muted? I think it's... no, it's not muted. It's just very quiet. Okay. Let's go find another villager to talk to. Yeah, we can sneak by here. I did see another villager over there. So anything I can fit in my pockets. Like maybe this? 100 bells? Can I add that to my inventory, the 100 bells? Let me see. Bag. Do I have anything to put in my bag? Now is a good time to do so. Let's see. Having the bag icon. Okay, add to inventory. Okay. Add to inventory, 100 bells. Okay. 100 bells found next to the rock at the crime scene. Found at the crime scene. Alright, we have that. Yes. Okay. Back to our Switch. Let's see if we can find anything else while we're out and about. What's this? A shovel? Yeah, I'll add that too. Let's add that to our evidence as well. Okay. Anything to put in my bag? Yes. Okay. Shovel. Doesn't seem like a piece of evidence. I guess it's a tool. I guess it must be a tool then? 'Cause, like... yeah, shovel. Alright. Okay. Let's go back to this. There's another villager here we can talk to. What is happening over here? Oh, what's this? Sewing machine. Why is it... now, why would it be under a little puddle of blood? Why is that? Why would that be there? Okay. Sewing machine. It's a bloody sewing machine. An old sewing machine with blood on the bottom of it, found in a puddle of blood at Cat's junkyard. Why does it have blood on it? Why is that? Why? Why is there blood there? Why is there blood on it? Alright. Booker. Okay, we found Cat. Welcome in, Callie. Hope you're doing well. We're playing this Animal Crossing New Murder. Right, Booger. Okay. We found who that corresponds to, so let's hide this, and then go here. Goob, that's Goob. Oh right, it's muted through that. Okay. Do all I wanted to do? Yes. Okay. So, Booker, we're talking to Cat now. Sup, Booker? Welcome to my kingdom of trash. Trying not to trip over anything. What were you doing last night, the night of the murder attempt? What were you doing last night, the night of the murder attempt? Dortotitos. Yeah, don't mind them. That just shows up every now and then, you know. Nothing particularly eventful. Just wandered around New Leaf. I don't know if you have a chance to explore much. We have a mighty fine island here. The sky was beautiful yesterday. A few clouds. But you could see stars for days. What did you see on your walk? I didn't see a murder attempt, if that's what you're looking for. However, I did see Anka and Meringue at different points walking around. And was just chilling. Oh, and I did see Lucky. Totitos. That must have been before the incident, though. He was conscious. He told me he was going to the residential services to check his mail. All our mailboxes are over there. Cat is a little T-girl core. I can see it. Totitos. I told him he should just wait till tomorrow. He was determined. Imagine if he listened to me. Welcome in, Lily. Hope you're doing well. So glad to be here. Let's go. So glad to have you here. He's like a little stinky brother to me. Man, that poor pupper. He seems to get the short end of the stick most days. It's not his fault. I just seems to be out to get him. I always try my best to look out for him. Gotta counteract that bad mojo somehow. Actually, that same night, steered him away from a buttload of pitfalls. 'Cause, you know, he just kinda pop up sometimes. Oh, I know it. I mean, this place is called New Leaf, and that was a feature in that game, so not crazy to suggest the same happens here. The pitfalls randomly popping up, that is. But yeah, lucky as baby. Your shoulder hurts and it is fueling your mood. Oof. The rumor has been that Yen attacked the pup, yeah? I saw Yen last night, though. They were just camped out in front of their house the whole night. How could they be the culprit if they didn't leave their yard? Then again, I guess I wasn't watching the whole night. You've had a very weird dissociative dumb days, hoping tomorrow is better? Dang. I hope everything improves soon, Lily. But why? Why would they want to hurt Lucky? It just doesn't make sense. Unless... I bet King Elvis has something to do with it. He'd do anything to start a monarchy here on New Leaf with him as ruler. He won't stop until we're all bowing down, kissing his toes. He could be paying Yen to do his dirty work. Yen's one of the few people who talks to him. I don't know how snuffing out a defenseless puppet of him gained the crown. But I wouldn't put it past him. Keep your time. Hold up. Before you go, you brought my shovel if you haven't already picked it up. Kissing his toes. It's left my workstation, which is left my house. A red toolbox on the floor, Booker. Feel free to save the image for later, in case you forget or whatever. Make sure to dig up pitfall seeds before stepping on them, okay? You better find that creep. Otherwise I'll be serving the knuckle sandwich I've been saying for them to use. Alright, so we've talked to Cat. So now we go back to the switch capture. Okay. We're back here. Yeah, why would there be a bloody sewing machine there, though? We still haven't figured that out. Let's look around here, see who else we find. Oh. Star fragment there. Let's see. Maybe the culprit likes to sew clothes out of their victim's skin. Maybe. It's possible. Alright, let's see. Let's see here. It's utterly fucked, but entirely possible. One could say. One could say. Maybe... Let's see, Abel's sister shop. You don't know the scope of how morbid this game is quite yet. Yeah, we just started. Oh, here's Meringue. We found Meringue. How do we... Oh, through here, okay. Cupcake, is that your... That's your catchphrase, okay. That's your catchphrase, so let's go back to the browser game. Alright, Cupcake. We found Meringue. Oh, I'm sorry, Cupcake. We're out of fresh pastries for the day. Let me know if you'd like anything else, like anything showcased. What were you doing last night of the murder attempt? Let's see. Last night? Well, Agent S was here doing all these dance moves and karate chops on the tables. Both Chatter and I tried to convince her to bring her show onto the floor. I didn't want her to get hurt. I guess it wasn't persuasive enough because she did end up getting hurt anyway. She bumped her head on a chair and lost consciousness. Like it hurt. She was unconscious for quite a while. She just started to wake up when I got back. Back from what, exactly? The toilet. What's your relationship with the victim, Lucky? You're playing in the actual game, crossing what happens in game over, yeah, to the new murder game. That's how this works. We're essentially we're playing this game and we're also exploring the Dream Island. How's it going, Jag? Hope you're doing well. Lucky? Well, he and Stitches come by for snacks multiple times a day. You're always thinking, how did Nintendo not slam this into the ground? Yeah, I wonder actually. They're very loyal customers. They always sing praise for anything I give them, and they usually pick up after themselves. But, there was this one time Lucky said he looked delicious, and I still don't know how to interpret that. What do you think happened to Lucky last night? It's hard to say. I don't know anything, but Yan was up fairly late last night, Cupcake. That's not too abnormal for them, but it was extra late last night. They ran past my house while I was in bed. It was hard to believe when I heard the criminal was Yan, but the more I think about it, the more I can see it. Thank you for your time. Before you go, a lot of my kitchen items have gone missing. Could you keep an eye out for them? Since you're a detective, I thought it would be okay to ask. What did you lose? There's a couple of kitchen appliances I've since then replaced, but specifically last night, my brick oven disappeared. And I do have to say, it's quite hard to bake without an oven. Hence the lack of desserts today. I know you have more important matters right now, so feel free to ignore this silly request of mine. How the fuck does your whole oven disappear? I mean, this is Animal Crossing. You can just turn a whole thing into a leaf and pick it right up. But if you just happen to fall into my brick oven or any of my other kitchen appliances, it would be wonderful if you could let me know, Cupcake. I would also greatly appreciate it if you told me who took... I mean, where you found them as well. I'll look out for them. Thank you so much, Cupcake. Alright. We have talked to Meringue. So next... back to the Switch. Okay. Alright. Let's see. We go around... yeah. Oh no, we went around here. There we go. Right there, okay. Oh? Who's this? What do we got living in here? Also, there's an apple on the ground. Think we can pick that up? Oh, it's Chatter. Okay. Parmesan. Okay. That's your catchphrase. So let's go back over to this. Parmesan. Parmesan is... let me see. Or no, not Parmesan, Chatter. Yeah, that's what we're doing. It's the Dream Island and the browser game. Welcome, Parmesan. Take a seat wherever you would like. I hope you're not hungry because we're out of food for the day. What were you doing last night the night of the murder attempt? Well, Agent S was over for dinner and dessert. The double D's, as us food biz people call it. She was showing off her moves while Meringue and I were trying to keep her from damaging our tables. We closed at 10, and it was 9:45 at that point. She eventually made a leap she couldn't make, then hit her head on a chair and passed out for a good while. I spent the next 30 to 45 minutes trying to wake her up and convince her to go home. Imagine if she wasn't wearing a helmet. What are you staring at? This is an Animal Crossing murder mystery game. It's an Ace Attorney style murder mystery game. Or attempted murder mystery. Thank you for feeding a Pokeball. I should rename that. I should rename that to Feed a Pokeblock. You would have been investigating 2 cases of concussions. What's your relationship with the victim, Lucky? He and Stitches are regulars to both Meringue and my establishments. They got good taste. I've never actually seen Lucky eat, though. I'm not sure how he can with his face all covered up. Feeding implies a purpose. Well, it didn't have a purpose originally, but it could be. It can have one. Lily of the Peak, now out on Steam with a 4-player co-op. Additional players and the correct mods are installed. You're also done with ZA's main story. Let's go, pass. I still want to play that at some point. But, you know, money. I turned away for a sec, and he's eaten half his dish. Also, I have a feeling it is only time before Lucky attempts to eat Meringue and me. It stresses Meringue out, but I don't know why she's so worried. She's at least a normal hippo who just looks like a rhino made of cake. I, on the other hand, am actually made of cheese. Let's keep that a secret between us, Parmesan. What do you think happened to Lucky last night? Let's have that. Yummers. A rat made of cheese. I heard the end did it. I can believe it. They were getting tired of being the nice guy and turned on the vulnerable. Review of ZA. Legends Arceus is a better setting and more believable, but ZA's combat is much more fun. I can believe that, yeah. I can believe they at least refine the combat in ZA. The combat in Legends Arceus is a little weird. I did get used to it after a certain point, but it is still kind of weird. They were wearing a killer outfit yesterday. And when I say killer, I mean it made them look like a killer. Can't say for sure, though. I always prefer the core gameplay, but Arceus kind of made it not so good. Yeah. All I know is both Meringue and I were, for sure, both dealing with Agent S around that time. Thank you. Before you head out, you should totally ignore any food you find around Meringue's and my place, okay? Definitely don't try to pick it up. I mean, it would go bad if you just shoved it in your bag. Anyway, food being evidence? That's just absurd. Are you sure? That's... I don't know, that sounds pretty suspicious to me. When I do play, eventually you want me to tell you when I get to... How do you refer to this? I'll know? Okay. Okay, you want me to tell you when you get to something in the game. Okay. Okay, got it. Okay, we've talked to Chatter. Now let's go find someone else to talk to. We just talked to... It's a wild area you would put me in. Okay. I suppose I'll know what that means when I get to it. Oh, we did find something here. An eggshell. Food being evidence is absurd, huh? Alright, let's add that. Yes, we do have... Alright, eggshell. Eggshell added to the evidence file. Half of a yellow eggshell. It's mostly part of Anka's Bunny Day egg wardrobe that broke yesterday. Found on the floor next to a land pedestal in Anka's exhibit. Egg guts for under... Egg guts! Okay. That is a way to refer to that. Egg guts. Okay. We can't go up there. But there is something up there, though. Alright, no points for guessing who might live here. Let's see, let's go in here. I guess we talk to Anka next. What's her catchphrase? There you are. My private dream space. Talk to it. Sunshine. Okay. That's her catchphrase, so let's go back over to the browser. Okay. Let's, yeah, did everything. Ready to go. Okay, Sunshine. It's Anka now. Why, hello, Sunshine. You better not be touching my possessions. What were you doing last night, the night of the murder attempt? I was just strolling around New Leaf, as I do most nights. Us villagers tend to do that. It was quite a nice night. Just a handful of clouds in the sky. I was back home by 11, and I've been here since. What did you see on your stroll? Besides the normal bugs, flowers, and all. I saw a cat sneaking around dressed in all black, in the end just standing outside. And at some point, Stitches ran past me. I have no clue what they were all up to. What's your relationship with the victim, Lucky? Ah, yes. See, we both live on this island. That's about it. People claim he's unlucky. Honestly, he's just a dumb mutt. Thinking could get him out of most of the unfortunate scenarios he puts himself in. Perhaps Sterling's theory of Lucky being a zombie has some merit. He sure seems to lack brains. For example, yesterday morning, the dog came into my space looking for God knows what. A crumb of a Cheez-It, probably. I warned him to be careful around my treasure. In a compassionate manner, of course. And what happens next? He knocks over and breaks my egg wardrobe! He kept going on about how it was an accident, he didn't mean to, and he's deathly sorry. Doesn't matter. Why should I accept an apology for an accident that could have been prevented if he just never came into my space? Okay, what do you think happened last night? He probably fell off that cliff and hit that big head of his on the rock. There was a coin nearby, right? So it was a money rock, Sunshine. Case closed. Honestly, I don't know why anyone would cry bloody murder and point their finger blindly. It's not like he doesn't get himself hurt on a daily basis. I do suppose everyone getting worked up about something that is not me and my treasures is preferable. I mean, it's not my fault I happen to purchase the exact same items the others have carelessly lost. Thank you for your time. Say, before you go, do you know a way one could preserve a cake without putting it in a fridge? You see that cake southeast of my space? Over on that land pedestal. It showed up at my doorstep overnight. I have no clue who or what brought that pastry to me, but I'm quite fond of it. I would love to include it in my collection of treasures, but I'm afraid it won't last long out in the open. Maybe I should save myself the pain and just throw it away. Sooner or later, it'll start attracting bugs. Worse, Lucky. Good luck with that. Uh-huh. Don't touch anything on your way out, Sunshine. Okay. Alright, we've talked to Anka. So... let's leave. Like, I don't know if it's... I don't know if I'm just seeing things, but I feel like... did the artist make Anka's hair longer than it usually is? I don't know. I can't really tell. Maybe it was, I don't know. Hold on. Let's try this. Can we... what do we got? A protein shaker bottle, okay. That's evidence. We can log that. Yes, okay. Add to inventory protein shaker bottle. Let's see this. A protein shake. It doesn't look particularly tasty. Found on a land pedestal in Anka's exhibit. Okay, and there was something else here too. You could get. Got the coin. A floor sign. Okay. Let's add that too. Floor sign. Okay. A yellow wet floor sign. I don't know what good it does in a mini desert. Found at Anka's exhibit. Okay. Anything else we can look for here? Let's see. Oh. Oh, a brick oven! We found it. Good news, we found the oven. Alright. Brick oven. A big oven, looks like it was used recently, found at Anka's exhibit. Okay, nice. Is there anything else we can find here? Let's see. Back here? No, doesn't look like it. How about over here? No, we can't go that way. Okay, so we found stuff. We found stuff. Nice. Okay, let's jump back over here. I guess we can talk to Meringue now and return the brick oven now that we found it. How did we get up here anyway? Okay, hold on. Oh, right here. Okay. That's how. Alright. So let's leave this place here. Okay. I see stuff that can be dug up. Oh, but let's talk to Meringue first. Alright. We have the oven now. Okay. Yes, we did all we wanted to do. Cupcake. Anything showcased. Okay. Brick oven. Do we have to? Okay. We have the oven. Relationship with the victim Lucky. I think happened to Lucky last night. Okay. Kitchen items have gone missing. Okay. What did you lose? Brick oven. Okay. Told me who took. Look out for them. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we can't present the items yet. There are all sorts of nooks and crannies to discover. And one nook's cranny to discover. Let's go here. I see an apple. There's a walking leaf down there. Let's see if we can get down this way. Hopefully... Where? Here? Maybe here. Yeah, here. Okay. Okay, there's cat. The bloody sewing machine is there still. Alright, let's see. Oh. That evidence was a walking leaf. Alright, we found an apple. Let's add that to our evidence. Alright, add to inventory apple. Apple is the island native fruits. They're pretty common. Natives seem to enjoy them. Found on the east side of the island. Alright, cool. Okay. Anything else to find over here? Let's see. Go back here, maybe? Star fragments? I guess we can add the star fragment as evidence. Yeah. We can add that to our inventory. Star fragment. Shovel, sewing machine. Oh, that's what that was. Okay. Star fragments. Did someone wish on stars last night? Doritos. Found all along the beaches. Don Tebows. Yeah, they'll just show up from time to time, you know. You know how it is. Alright, let's see. Anything else we can look for? That's another protein shaker bottle. Feel like? Yeah. Let's see. There's more star fragments here. I don't think we need to pick up all of them, though. We only really need to pick up one. They're not specifically a star sign fragment either, so... Let's see... There was something we could dig up over here, pretty sure. There's the crime scene. I thought I saw something I could dig up over here. Oh, here's something. Okay. Alright. Whoops. We got a pitfall seed! Alright, let's add that. Pitfall seed. A blast from the past prank setup for anyone oblivious enough to step on it. Found buried in the castle courtyard. Okay. We got that. Let's look around some more. There's more of There's some more stuff we can dig up here. Welcome in, Fall Type Bog. Hope you're doing well. It's Animal Crossing New Murder. It's an Ace Attorney style murder mystery game that we're playing in a browser and also on this dream island in New Horizons. It's pretty fun so far. I've been enjoying it. Yeah, I thought the concept sounded really neat, so I wanted to try it. What is this? There's blood under this sink. Why would that be? Blood right under that sink. Alright, let's see. Is there anything else over here? Let's see. There's the campsite. Anything else on the beach besides all these star fragments? There's lots of star fragments here. We don't really need that for evidence. Oh, the game's chugging a little bit in this area. Alright, what's this? It's another pitfall seed. We already have a bunch of these in we already have it registered in our evidence. We don't need to document all of them. Let's see here. Oh yeah, we can go here next. Let's investigate this area. What is over here? Oh, Stitches! Mortal? What? Like a sandwich. Shaped up dents in the ground. What's your catchphrase? Is it just mortal? Is that your catchphrase? Let me see this. What is your catchphrase? Is it actually just mortal? Let's see. Alright. Let's go back to the browser. Citizen. Mortal. Yeah, I guess that is. Okay. Mortal. Why is that Stitch's catchphrase? What is happening with Stitches? Right, mortal.
Oh, did you come to play, Mortal?
What were you doing last night at the murder attempt?
Let's see. I played with my toys, grabbed a package from Red Services, read a book. Also calling with Mama Bear and the rest of the Teddy Bear family. One of the bears always holds me calm down no matter what's wrong.
Tell me about the package trip.
Yeah, I got a camera.
The book I read was actually a manual for the camera. I was trying to ask about the trip to and from the mailbox. Did you see anything?
Oh, whoops. Guess I'm just excited about the camera. It was a pretty quick there and back, Mortal. Is it? I feel like there's more. Oh, right. How could I forget? You hadn't woke me up later on. During that time period where you're supposed to say good morning, but the sun hasn't woken up yet. When I woke up, I saw a partially clouded sky and Yan's desperate face. They were like, "Can you do Stitches?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I can do Stitches." Grabbed my sewing box and ran straight to Lucky's place to give him Stitches. Oh, and my apron and gloves. I've been told bloodstains are hard to get out. Anyways, he seemed perky and awake by the time I got there. I told everyone to get out, because, you know, I didn't want anyone else getting a peek of his face. Lucky is pretty self-conscious about that stuff. He would never let me see his face if it weren't for the medical emergency.
So that's what the bloody sewing machine was about. Okay.
After I fixed him up, I came straight back here to go back to sleep. I was spooked. I just woke up before you got here, Immortal.
How did the surgery go?
Went great! That was the first time I gave Stitches to an organic being. It was a learning experience. Like, I have never felt pain in my life, so I never knew Stitches would hurt. I had to learn to be gentle. Also, supposedly, there's like extra blood on your noggin. That makes sense, because Lucky bled a lot. Like, he bled a lot. Like, a lot. Like, a lot. I've never seen that much blood in my life. And again, I'd never seen blood before yesterday. Like, sure, he's told me his face is unsightly, which I never believed, and I can now say is a lie. But I never expected to be greeted by that. There's no way I could ever be prepared to see anyone in that state. And then he told me you organics can die from losing too much blood. Or from a concussion. Or just from bumping your head too hard. I could have lost my best friend. How was I supposed to know I would have been interacting with waterbeds this whole time? Have you mortals always been this fragile?
It's gonna be okay, Stitches. What's your relationship with the victim, Lucky? Let's ask about that.
Lucky's my best friend. Eat together, play together, nap together. I don't know what I would do if he was gone. Probably just sleep with the bear so I could wake up.
What do you think happened to Lucky last night?
I really don't know. But I don't think Yen did it. I saw them this morning and I don't know, I just don't think they did it. They've always been so nice to us. It'd be horrible if they got blamed for something they didn't do. I asked Lucky and he doesn't remember much. He has a pretty bad memory in general. He is pretty clumsy, so it would make sense if he fell and hit his head on that rock. But if it wasn't an accident... Anka was really mad at him yesterday. He yelled a lot and said some mean things. Perhaps she was still mad? I don't know. I'm just glad he's okay.
Thanks for your time.
No problem, mortal. Oh, hey, do you know if Flick is in town? Or is no one visiting town because of the whole Lucky almost died thing? I guess I can wait. I was just looking forward to talking bug stuff with him, that's all. I would never sell a bug to him, of course. It's not nice to sell at your friends.
Alright, so we've got 4 more villagers to talk to now. Alright, so let's mute this tab and go back to the game. Unmute this. Okay. Mortal. What's this? SLR camera. Yeah, we'll put that in our evidence. Alright. SLR camera. Let's add that. SLR camera. The package Stitches picked up yesterday. Found at Stitches' play place. Alright. That's in our inventory. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's Stitch's house. That makes sense. Excuse me. Alright, let's see. Up here? Let me look up here. There's more blood there. What's this? Sleeved apron. That's the apron Stitches is wearing. Okay. Let's add that. Alright, close that, and then... Sleeved apron. A clean, damp apron found on top of a washing machine near Stitch's play place. Okay. Anything else we can find here? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, we were back here earlier. I don't think there's anything to find over here, though. Yeah, we can't go this way. Anything back here? Nope. No. Okay. Let's see. What else can we find over here? Nothing really. Yeah, I guess we just go back down. Can't go up there. Oh wait, there is something over here. Mama Bear, we can add that to evidence, okay. Oh, let me hide this for a sec, okay. Add to inventory, Mama Bear. One of many of Stitch's teddy bears, found at Stitch's play place. Okay. So I think we found whatever we could here, yeah. We found what we could, so let's go somewhere else. There's the cool S. Now what's over here? Oh, there is something, let's see. What's this? Coffee cup. Okay. Let's add that. Alright. Coffee cup. Coffee cup. A dainty pink cup on a saucer. It's empty and looks like it hasn't been washed. Found at Agent S's secret base. Okay. You just beat ZA? Let's go, Faz. Coffee cup. Oh yeah, there's something else we can pick up there, but let's go in here. I'm assuming this is Agent S. Let's see. Okay. Sidekick, there is your catchphrase. So what makes you positive you beat it, Paz? Right, let's mute that, and then we'll unmute this tab. Okay. The credits. I mean, you know, post-game. Have you really beat it if you have... Have you really beaten it if you haven't played the post-game? Anyway, sidekick. You gonna try to complete the decks? I wish you the best of luck. Okay. Sidekick. Home will eventually... I think so, yeah. Yeah, there'll eventually be a shiny reward for completing the ZA Pokédex. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh my gosh, are you here to help solve the mystery of who almost killed Lucky? Yes! I'm super glad you're here. Can always use a sidekick, Psychic.
What were you doing last night in the murder attempt?
Oh, you're gonna practice on me? Great idea, Psychic.
The Megastones could come from ZA for champions? Most likely, yeah.
Let's see.
Like a way to receive them for free, yeah.
That night I was chilling at Chatter and Meringue's eatery area. I was showing them my super moves. I was like totes conscious the whole time.
That makes them lucky.
Dude, Lucky is the best. He has a question of my superhero popstar life like all the time. I told him he would make a fab sidekick. He said his body disagrees. That's baloney. Doesn't he know the saying, you can do whatever you put your mind to? Nowhere does it mention that you need to respect your physical limitations.
What do you think happened to Lucky last night?
Well, Obs and Yan, our island representative, tried to off the poor guy. They just happened to find Lucky's body. Yeah, right. Have you seen their house? Creepy AF. Oh, don't forget what they wore last night. I snapped this like where they had the chance to change to the killer.
My fucking god. Killer. Die. Okay. Great.
Tell me they don't look like an almost murderer. You can't! Oh, but Agent S, what about all the generous deeds you had to dump on this island? They pour all this time and love into us and the island just to get away with murdering one of us. Duh. This is more than just speculation, mind you. I'm not the only person who's suspicious around here. I and several others saw Nyan zoom around the island at 2 AM! Who runs around at 2 in the morning? Murder attempters, Hobbs. Then there's the location of the crime. The west side of the front path. Has the representative told you they've been working on the front path this past week? The west side, the incomplete side, just happens to be where the crime scene is. Are you following what I'm saying? Here, let me tell you what went down last night. Last night, Nyan was working on the path.
Lucky comes in and sits right where they needed to plant a bush or something. So BAM! Yan strikes his head with her shovel out of frustration. They couldn't bear the guilt, though, so that's why they got help. And shamefully, they don't feel enough shame to turn themselves in. I, for one, will not stand for this. They can't fool me. I, Agent S, will bring justice to New Leaf. So you with me, sidekick? What evidence do you have? Yeah. Evidence? Was that not evidence? No. Oh. Well, I guess I don't have any at the moment. But I just know these things, okay? You do have a good point, though. We can't win this case without the evidence to back up our claims. Gotta do our research. Go gather more testimonies and clues, Psychic. I would totes go with you, but I got, like, really important matters to attend to here at the base. We can share notes and judge when hour comes. And then, with our super detective skills combined, we'll reveal who the real culprit is. Great plan, Psychic. Or should I say, detective. Great. Okay. Alright, let's unmute this. There we go. Dorito. They're back. They're back. Alright, let's see. Go this way? Is there anything we can pick up back here? No, 2022. What do you mean? $2022. Fuck. That's like the last time I even opened this game. You can't do that. You can't do that. Is there anything back here? Let's see. There's something over here, I think. Oh! There is something back there, actually. We just need to get up there somehow. There's Froggy Chair. The famous celebrity Froggy Chair. Now, why is there blood under that duck? Okay. Why is there blood under the duck? Why would that be there? Alright, let's see. Something's over here. Mini fridge. Alright, let's put that in our evidence. Mini fridge. Mini fridge. A short fridge. It has protein shakes in it. Found at Sterling's Fort. Okay. I assume this is Sterling here. Peasant. Okay, that's Elvis. That's not Sterling's the bird. This is Elvis. That's right. Okay. Let's unmute this tab. Alright, we found Elvis. Elvis, not Sterling. Okay. Peasant.
So Sterling is just gonna let you through just like that, peasant?
Right. What were you doing last night of the murder attempt?
I was sitting outside on top of my tower, stargazing with my telescope. It was a lovely night. Not a single cloud in the sky. Clear as could be. I collected a brilliant time-lapse with my camcorder. I would show you, but it's for royal eyes only. Sorry, kiddo. I could see Nyan was appreciating the stars in their house as well. We're wishing on stars for hours. Didn't move an inch for literally hours. What they were wishing so hard for.
Did you see anything besides stars?
Well, now, I only use my telescopes for the stars or birds and nothing else. But I did see Lucky out late last night. It was strange. Lucky's always in bed by 9:30 p.m., but I saw him leave the infirmary around 9:52 p.m. Why would the kiddo go out that late?
How do you know about Lucky's sleep schedule?
Sterling told me. He does keep guard and all. Anyway, I did see Lucky walking back towards his house on the path over there. You know, the path on the south side of the island. Connects his infirmary and Cat's junkyard. As I was saying, he wasn't too far away from where the crime scene currently is. Hadn't passed it yet, though. But by that point, it was already tea time, 10 p.m. So I took a break from my tower. Next time I looked in that direction was precisely 10 minutes later, and the kid was nowhere to be found. At least from the perspective of my tower. It's impossible to see the crime scene from the tower. His lights weren't on, so I assumed he arrived home and went straight to bed. However, if that ain't the case, crime must have happened between 10 and 10:10 p.m. I always notice the lad when he's out at night. He's pure white and his eye glows, after all. It's hard to miss him when he's going in or out of the infirmary. And the next time I saw Lucky that night was when Sterling and Nyan carried the lad to the infirmary at 2:12 a.m. Bleeding out for 4 hours, huh? I'm surprised he survived. I suppose he's been through worse, though.
What's your relationship with the victim, Lucky?
I don't intermingle with the common folk much. I don't believe I've ever talked to the lad, actually. I do see him, though, from up here. When I'm birdwatching, that is. He seems likable, peaceful, and on the clumsy side. I'd imagine anyone would have hurt the fellow.
What do you think happened to Lucky that night?
I'm not sure. Sterling told me Nyan did it, but can't be. As I stated before, they were wishing on stars the whole night. I knew a murder attempt was going to take place. I would have paid more attention to who was near that area at that time.
Alright, thank you for your time.
My tower's east of here if you want to investigate it. However, the bridge is broken. Apparently, others need to be able to walk through. You'll have to do some hopping to get across. Once you're there, take the ladder.
Okay. Alright, let's open this back up. There we go. Okay. Oh, there's Sterling right over here. Alright, citizen. Alright, that didn't take long to find him. Okay. Citizen.
Halt! I'm gonna need to see some muscles before letting you through, citizen.
What were you doing last night of the murder attempt?
Well, like most nights, I was standing guard here at the castle. But unlike most nights, an actual fiend was trying to break in. It was lurking in the shadows, so I couldn't get a good look at it. But I saw its silhouette. It had tall horns with a long tail. A clear lackey of evil. I wasn't scared, though. I shouted at it. After hearing my epic voice, it retreated. But apparently it was feeling lucky because it returned. I wasn't gonna have it. I chucked a protein shake at it and heard a solid oof. And that clearly scared it straight because I never saw it again, citizen.
What's your relationship with the victim, Lucky?
Lucky? Oh, I've seen him around before. He acts friendly, but I have my suspicions. I mean, who knows what lies behind those bandages? Is he a mummy and Anka brought him to life? Or Maybe he's actually a zombie. For all we know, he's been plotting to eat our brains. But not too much plotting, because zombies are dumb. Though, I did forget to mention, Ian came to me when I was getting ready to call it a night yesterday. They said Lucky passed out and needed my bulging muscles to carry him to the infirmary. Of course I accepted, it's my duty. Though they failed to tell me that Lucky was bleeding. Lucky was bleeding a lot! I'm not particularly squeamish, but I'm not particularly a fan of getting someone else's blood all over me either. I basically took a shower at the garden faucet round back.
That's why there was blood on that faucet, okay.
But it made me think, I'm pretty sure mummies and zombies don't bleed. So, Lucky isn't actually undead? I don't know, dude. Stitches would know.
Tagomi is always bleeding. Yeah.
When I was heading out of the infirmary, Stitches came in to give Lucky stitches. So he saw Lucky's true face.
This music is almost Song of Storms. Yeah, almost.
I gotta ask him about it. But Stitches creeps me out. Stitches creeps me out too.
What do you think happened to Lucky last night?
It had to be that shadowy demon. Obviously, it was up to no good. Oh, but Nian did it, right? Nian was the shadowy demon! No, I didn't believe Nian did it at first, but it kind of makes sense. Before they came to grab me, they chatted with me. After the conversation, they ran around the corner towards the crime scene. It was a good while later when they came back to get me. You think they attacked Lucky then?
Thank you for your time.
No problem, citizen. Before you go, could you do me a favor? I've always wanted to throw someone in the dungeon dramatically. It's been my life dream. Like, my house is literally a dungeon. When it's time to throw the crook in jail, could you yell, "Throw them in the dungeon"? That would be really epic.
Okay. So we have one more villager to talk to, it looks like. Alright, let's unmute this. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it's like... I guess we can't check that, can we? Right, it's only if we're... Yeah, we don't have access to our phone, so we can't do it that way. Alright, is there anything we haven't... I think we got... Yeah, we got the mini fridge earlier. It's a mini fridge full of protein shakes, but... It can store that cake, if there's, you know, if there's room for it. Just a little bit more room for a cake. Oh yeah, there is something here, actually. What's this? A sturdy sewing box. Alright, let's add that to our evidence. Okay. Sturdy sewing box. Let's take a look at this. The toolkit Stitches used to give Lucky stitches. Found at Lucky's infirmary. Okay. Anything else? Not around here, but maybe somewhere. Let's see. I see so many beetles on this island. But I can't catch them, because we're just in a dream. Tragic. Alright, let's see. Anything else we can pick up around here? I don't know if I've explored this area too much. What is that? Oh, it's this! That's a speaker. It blended right in. It's a lot of It's a big old meadow here. Doesn't seem to be anything hidden in it, though. Yeah. There's just a lot of flowers here. That's about it. It looks pretty, at least. Let's see, is that it? I think that might be it, right? Unless there's something I didn't pick up yet. I don't know how much evidence has been left around this island. We check down here. What about this side? I feel like we've been here before, but I'm not quite sure. I see more of those star fragments, but you know, we've already picked up one of those. How about this way? Anything hidden in the trees? Actually, did I pick up that thing that was hidden behind that house? Did I pick that up yet? I don't actually know. Because I know there was something back there. Let me see if I picked it up. I'm gonna go over there. Let's see. Let's move over here. Excuse me. Okay. Let's go over there and check. I don't think this is the way to it. Actually, no, we can go around here. That's fine. Anything back here? Nope. Oh, it's chugging. It's chugging a little bit. Alright, let's go here. Let's go this way, and then... Can we hop over? We can. We can, but there's nothing back there, though. So it won't do us much good. Anything back here? No. We'll just go around this way. Let me see if I got that. No, it's still back there. It is still back there. We gotta go back over and get that. There's the bloodied faucet. Alright. Go here. Excuse me. And then right up here, I believe. No, it was further back than this. Yeah, that's Elvis's house. Here, this way. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Now we can go this way. Some more blood. Is that blood? I think that's, yeah. That's a bloody pipe. There's blood there, too. Knives. Where... Here it is. Here's the painting set. What is this? Painting set, okay. Let's add that to our inventory. Painting set. You've gathered enough evidence. One step closer to the trial. Oh, okay. We have enough evidence, I guess? Yeah. A set for painting. Red is the only color used. Found in Julian's Falls behind Julian's house. Okay. Red is the... Okay. Why do I feel like this is gonna be... Why do I feel like that's gonna be... the entire thing behind this game's plot? Love the anchovies. Alright, we found Julian. Alright, let's talk to him. Let's mute this and then unmute this tab. Okay. Okay. Ready to go. Julian. Why, hello, detective. I'm not reading that. You must be here to investigate Lucky's murder, am I right? Lucky isn't dead. Well, you won't find any clues here, detective. Just a handsomely innocent star. What were you If I did, I would have to penalize myself. Julian, yeah. Yeah, I can see it. Like, immediately. What were you doing last night, the night of the murder? The night of the murder? Why, I was doing what I normally do. Writing raw, brooding poetry in the pouring rain. Until my notebook gets too soaked to write on, that is. What's your relationship with the victim, Lucky? Lucky, that handsome devil? Why, we were nothing more than just friends. When I say that, I mean we were totally secret lovers. He broke my heart, though. Claimed my fame was getting in the way of our hot relationship. He forced me to choose, him or my career. I couldn't let love get in the way of my dream. Yeah. Confirmed. So I let him go. But now that he's dead... he's not dead. I lie awake every night thinking, what if love was my dream? When did you hear the news? About an hour before you came up here. So, what do you think happened to Lucky last night? Yen. They must have heard about our forbidden love and was struck by jealousy. They carried out a plan to murder my poor Lucky without knowing that our love was already cancelled. A tragedy. Trial time, baby! You collected all the evidence and gathered all the testimonies. It's time. It's trial time. Are you sure you want to move on? There's no going back from here. Yes, let's do it.
The calls of justice are calling us, detective. The time is now. Are you excited? Of course you're excited. We're taking them down. Oh, real quick. I was told to say trigger warning for discussions of self-harm. Whatever that means.
So, how's this working? Who's the judge? Does Nyan get an attorney? Where's the tiny hammer?
We don't need that noise. Detective and I will tell you why Nyan is the almost murderer, and then everyone votes Nyan. And then we throw him in jail.
Great. Can we get going? My feet are already tired.
Well, if they're tired, then perhaps you should run around the block. That'll wake those bad boys up.
This is going to be a long day. 8, 9, 10, 11... Including the detective and I, there should be 12. Who are we missing?
Sir Elvis will be running late, citizens. He said to start without him.
What a surprise. Is this all just too beneath him for him to show up? Or is he scared?
He'll be here!
Let's get it rolling then. Last night on the southwest side of the island, Lucky was attacked. He suffered a blow to the head and fell unconscious. Lucky, sadly, is unable to recall the events of last night. That's why Detective and I are here to solve the mystery. So Nyen, why did you do it? It wasn't me. Likely story. You guys ready to vote? Sure, yeah, whatever. Wait! What about the, 5 W's? 5 what? W's! Who, what, when, where, and why? You can't just state who if you haven't answered what, when, where, and why. Who? You! What? You almost murdered Lucky. When? Last night. Where? On the southwest side of the island. Why? Because you're messed up. You almost murdered Lucky last night on the southwest side of the island because you're messed up. Boom. It's not conviction worthy. Alright, we can't crawl into your big head to figure out why you did it. But we don't need the motive to convict. Your answers are still vague and lacking. Like your when? Last night? Can't you narrow that down any? It's like 12 hours. Yeah, basically everyone was out at some point last night.
Well, clearly the crime happened around 2 a.m.
Desperitos.
What? Where did you get that? For sure happened no later than 11.
Are we sure it didn't happen after sunrise?
Alright, I see the issue here. Nothing we can't work out. Sterling, what time did Nyan come to you about Lucky?
Well, around 2 a.m. That's the time I throw in the towel for the day.
Alright, who was the last person you remember talking to Lucky? Talking to Lucky,
Who had a conversation with Lucky last night? Well, let me see. Who had a conversation with Lucky last night? Let's see. I mean, it was, let me see. A conversation. Well, Julian, right? We did. Right, we know Lucky, yeah. Let's say Julian here, let's see. Let's see. Insist, oh yeah, we have, okay. That's good. We have more details on each animal here. Insists Lucky is dead, was writing poetry in the rain last night, claims to be Lucky's ex, claims Nyan did the crime out of jealousy. Look at these. King enjoys watching things and enjoys watching things and knowing what time it is. Stargazing last night, claims Nyan didn't move, saw Lucky leave at 9:52 p.m. This crime took place between 10 and 10 p.m. during his tea time break. Brought to me for me by Nyan and Sterling at 2:12. Sterling had a couple of skirmishes with a shadowy demon last night, threw a protein shake at it. Scared of Lucky. I got started to help him carry Lucky to the infirmary, so I just coming to Lucky for gave Lucky stitches. Shadowy demon thinks it's Nyan. Really wants me to say throw him into the dungeon! Has a dungeon. Client who's accused of almost murdering the victim. Wishing on stars all night in front of their house. Found victim at 2 a.m.-ish. Like the infirmary, like receive stitches, stitch the Lucky stitches. Others found the body and they're kinda weird. Doesn't know what happened, is convinced it was an accident. They gave me a snazzy bag. Partner? Trying to imprison my client. Something a chatter meringue at their place. Was totes conscious the whole time, convinced Nyan did it. Cat that went on about how much they hate the victim. On a stroll last night, back home by 11 p.m. Hadn't left since. Had Lucky rigging her bunny day wardrobe. Thinks Lucky accidentally hit his head on a money rock. Cat. Wandering around last night, talked to Lucky before the incident, claims he went to check his mail, steered him away from a buttload of pitfalls, blames Elvis. Yeah. Chatter. Restaurant order that is made of cheese? Unconscious Agent S, 9:45, 10:30ish, at Chatter's and Meringue's place. Say it's Meringue and him are alibis. Okay. Victim surgeon and best friend. Nice, got back to red services, red book, tells number, was to take our family. Actually, SLR camera. Woke up by Nyan to give Lucky stitches. Use 30 sewing box. Like, Sarah closing him. Think of snacks and her Anka did it. Lucky. The not so lucky victim. Went out for unknown reasons. Knocked out heard a bug say it's sorry when someone said his name while knocking on his head. Cat said they talked last night. Thinks it was an accident. Okay, so Cat, okay. Yeah. Cat talked to Lucky before the incident. Alright, present.
Oh yeah, we chatted. You remember, Lex? Oh yeah, you had a ski mask on.
But what time was that?
Don't ask me. Song was playing. 9 something, I believe. 9 something to around 2 AM, so 5 hours. That's still a big time window. No, 2 AM is really late. There's no way I could stay up that late. The only time I'm up past midnight is New Year's. Even then, I don't always make it.
What if someone dragged you out of your house while you were sleeping last night and attempted to murder you at the crime scene? How are you sure that didn't happen?
If the bugs out from my house would know, silly. They were worried when they saw me today. Say I didn't come to bed last night. So we can agree sometime between 9 PM and midnight, yeah? So where was Nyan between 9 PM and midnight? Oh, I know where they probably were at. Okay.
Where was Nyan between 9 PM and midnight last night? Okay, well, we do have that. I like how Nyan is listed under animals here. Wishing on stars the whole night in front of their house. Yeah, Nyan's ring. Right, because, like, 9 PM is usually when stars start falling in-game, right? So, yeah, Nyan's ring. Nyan lives here. Ring makes it easier to get around the island. Present.
Yes! I was in front of my house. That checks out. Never see him there when I pass by, booger. As do I. Alright, and what exactly was Nyan doing in front of their house between 9 and 12 last night?
Oh, I probably know this one too. What item is a byproduct of what Nyan was doing last night? The star fragments.
Yes, I was wishing on stars the whole night. I stopped at 1:50 AM. I figured the 10 minutes before 2 AM would be enough to finish up and go to bed. Is that what you were doing? You were so still. I assumed you were sleeping with your eyes open. Nyan was very still. Didn't move an inch as far as I saw. Wait, so you didn't work on the front path last night? Nope, I dedicated last night to wishing. Also, I'm done with the front path. I've been working on the second level near that area lately. Well, how do you two know Nyan didn't slip away when you weren't looking? Well, I guess I can't know for sure, but I doubt it. Agent S, do you even have any evidence Nyan did it? Of course I do!
You know, Agent S, you've been pushing Nyan did it really hard. How do we know you're not the sus one?
What? Because I'm not! Don't throw your hip 2020s lingo at me.
I don't know, he has a point.
No, he doesn't! I didn't hurt Lucky. I can prove it. Help me out here, detective.
How can I prove Agent S is innocent? Well, I think it was, let me see. It was with an unconscious Agent S, 9:45 to 10:30ish PM at Chatter and Meringue's place. Okay. Chatter lives here. He won't serve me food. Rude. That's a very good picture, actually. item... Does an item prove it? No, it went to the animals tab, so... So I guess Chatter, yeah. Was with an unconscious Agent S, 9:45 to 10:30ish at Chatter's and Meringue's place. Okay. The present. It's true. Agent S laid unconscious on Meringue's floor the whole night. Meringue and I watched over her during that time.
I did need to mention the unconscious part. But yeah, I got some alibi.
All three of us have alibis, Parmesan. I guess that checks out.
Where were we? Oh, right! I acknowledge not all the evidence is pointing towards Sienna at the moment. That doesn't mean you're off the hook, Representative. I just gotta review some info, that's all. You mind taking the lead for a bit? I'm gonna read over your notes. You know, the notes you totally wrote that perfectly replicate your findings and conversations word for word. You're one master note-taker.
Take care of it.
Hold on, Sunshine. Before you start pointing your finger at someone else,
Are we even sure there's an almost killer?
he does get injured all the time.
True. He probably just fell off the second level and hit his head on the rock.
There's no way it was an accident. That'd be boring.
Yeah, why would he be there in the first place? It's kind of a random cliff to fall off of. That's true, it's not like there's a path there, just some flowers.
Yeah, Lucky, why were you there?
Wait, where was Lucky going again? Where was Lucky going last night? Let's see. Well, we check animals here. Went out for unknown reasons. Yeah, where were you going, Lucky? Where exactly were you going? Let's see here. Do we have anything that can... I guess it's on the map somewhere, right? Please call home, guess it's appropriate. The crime happened here, so much to take in, so much blood. Mailroom, that's where Stitches is going, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Graham lives here, not very homey. Elvis lives here, you can see a lot from his tower. Julian lives here. Stitches. Agent S's base. Anka's exhibit. Chatter's restaurant. That's Junkyard. Cat lives here, she has a lot of junk. Oh, okay, so it was... okay. So... Right, Lucky was going to the mailroom, that's right, okay. That's right. Yeah, the mailroom.
Oh, yeah.
You were gonna check your mail, weren't you, Lux?
Huh? It was?
I mean, that's what you told me last night.
Oh, yeah. You're right, I did check my mailbox.
Is that the only place you visited last night? I think so. I was really tired. And how is this relevant? Well, because Lucky just needs to get on the second level to get to the mailroom. Going on to the second level would be an unnecessary long route if he only wanted to check his mail and come back.
I think I'd rather walk more than climb stairs.
Maybe I should talk to Tom about replacing the stairs with ramps.
Oh, if you place the stairs behind me, I can buy more food from Meringue and Chatter.
I second this. I promise to donate more than 10 bells this time. You said you did check your mail last night, Lux. So you were on your way back?
That makes sense.
But what about the coin, then? Oh, yeah, I forgot about the coin. What coin? There was a coin near the rock Lucky fell next to. Lucky didn't hit the rock, which is probably a money rock. How did that coin get there?
Oh, that's my fault. That was the money rock yesterday, and I did farm it in the afternoon. My pockets are too full to grab that coin. I guess I forgot to go back and get it. Sorry about that. Uh-huh. Likely story. So, Lucky didn't fall off the cliff. I guess it wasn't an accident then.
But how do we know Lucky didn't hurt himself on purpose?
Because he wouldn't do that? Right, Lucky? Lucky? Well, sometimes it feels like my whole identity depends on me constantly being injured. And you guys would stop caring about me if I suddenly was uninjured. What? What are you trying to say, Lux? Maybe sometimes it feels like I deserve it. I don't know, maybe, possibly my brain tells me I should do things I know I shouldn't do.
That's totally, 100% without a doubt, false!
Yeah, you deserve good things, not bad things.
Don't let anyone, including your mind, tell you otherwise! Got to ignore the haters, the internal and external ones.
Don't hesitate to reach out when you're not feeling so hot. Lucky! Lucky! Don't forget your basket full of baby chicks. I totally haven't been paying attention. Guys... Hold on! Lucky. You are loved, and this is an important discussion you should probably have with probably a professional. But right now we're trying to figure out who hurt you last night. Did you try to hurt yourself last night? Oh, no, I didn't. Alright, if Lucky didn't fall off a cliff or slam his head on something, how did he get injured? Well, obviously there was an almost murder weapon. You couldn't tell us this earlier?
What almost murder weapon?
Oh, don't worry, we have it right here. Just show him that thing. You know, the thing covered in blood?
You mean this?
Oh yeah, glad we're on the same page. You found that sewing machine in a puddle of blood, right? Look familiar in the end? Actually, yeah, isn't that Stitches? Maybe? Wait, how is a sewing machine an almost murder weapon? The almost murderer clearly dropped the sewing machine on Lucky's head, duh! Don't you see the blood?
Are you sure about that? You sure that, I don't know, Stitches didn't use it to give Lucky his stitches, and that's why it's bloody?
Getting stitches with a sewing machine sounds crazy. I wouldn't know how to even do that. I use a needle, thread, and my paws. True. But Stitches, this is your sewing machine, right? Well, looks like it. Well, that's pretty fishy. It's been missing for a while, though, I swear. I either lost it or someone stole it. I'm still gonna give you a fishy point. Trying fish in notebook. Where did you find the sewing machine? The detective here found it in cat space, which is also pretty fishy. But you do realize I literally live in a dump, right? You guys leave your trash in my space all the time. I had no clue that it was anywhere near my house. Still think that deserves a fishy point. Another fish in the notebook. What happened to Nyen being the fishy one? More than one person can be fishy, Cat. There's a lot of fish in the sea, after all. Alright, Detective, I've gone through your notes, and it made me realize something. Literally everyone is shady AF. We should put more effort in narrowing down our suspects than just picking one and trying to pin the crime on them. Now, Nyen still isn't off the hook in my book. It's just there are more people on hooks now. Like I said, a lot of fish in the sea. Can we go home yet? You kidding? We're just getting started. Pick up the pace then. I have other plans, you know. Sure. Sterling. Huh? Did you do it?
Of course I didn't. What makes you think I did?
You did say you think Lucky could be a zombie.
And you claim it's your duty to protect?
A zombie? You also seem pretty trigger-happy when it comes to imprisoning people in your dungeon.
How is any of that a strong enough motive to attempt murder?
Oh, weren't you boasting about hitting some shadowy figure near the castle last night?
Yeah, how are you sure it wasn't Lucky? How are we sure you didn't use the sewing machine? That demon looked nothing like Lucky, and I'd never touched a sewing machine in my life.
Sounds pretty fishy.
Sterling is not the criminal you're looking for. He was with me during the window of when Lucky was attacked.
Wow, glad you could finally make it, Your Majesty. Could you expand upon your claim, Elvis?
Sterling makes tea for our 10 p.m. tea time every night. Tastes like sweat no matter what the tea bag. Oh yeah, I didn't mention it because that shadow demon is way more exciting.
So, you're saying Lucky was attacked around 10 p.m.? Where did you get that? Oh, Tummy, thank you for the raid. Let me give you a shout out. How was stream? How was Rat Shaker? I hope you had fun. Sheesh. Welcome in. Here's my intro. You shook a rat and got scared. That sounds like a fun times to me. We're playing Animal Crossing New Murder. It's a browser game, and we're also doing this like on a dream island in Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's like it's two games at once, I think, basically. Did someone die? Well, almost. Someone almost did. But you know, it was fine. We're trying to figure out how they almost died. And who did it. Yeah, welcome in, Raiders. If you gotta do any self-care, like you gotta get food, water, rest, whatever you gotta do, please feel free to take care of that. Put yourself first. And all that. But yeah. It's Animal Crossing. It's New Murders. New Murder. This has been pretty fun so far. I've been enjoying it. Not old murders, just new ones, you know. We're doing the whole testimony thing right now, or court. We're doing the trial right now. We talked to everybody and gathered up all the evidence.
I saw Lucky walking home before tea time. Tea time. He was walking along the front path and had not reached the spot where the crime took place yet. I looked after tea time. 10 minutes later, he was nowhere to be found. 10-minute time period must have been when the attack took place. I always notice the fellow when he exits and enters the infirmary. Next time I saw him was when Sterling and Yen carried him to the infirmary.
Exactly 10 minutes? How are you so sure about your times?
Yes, 10 minutes. Tea time was at 10, and I ended tea time at 10 p.m. I have a clock right next to me at the tower.
You can't see the crime scene from your tower?
I cannot.
So the new when is 10 to 10 p.m. Cool. Imagine how much time you would have saved us if you just arrived on time.
I can't take it anymore. I did it. I murdered Lucky. He broke my heart, so I decided I had no choice but to break his. by killing him.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Back it up.
I'm the murderer.
Is that so? Could you tell us how you murdered Lucky then?
Gladly. It was a dark and stormy night. Lucky broke it off earlier in the day. I could no longer stand the burning in my heart. I had to do something. I lurked in the shadows in a murderous way, in search of my past lover. Originally, I wanted just to talk to him once more. But when I found him, he was with someone else. I've been suffering alone in this inferno called heartache for the past few hours, and he already found someone to replace me. That's the moment I decided to pick up a new occupation. Murderer. I waited for my opportunity in the dark. When Lucky showed up, I acted out my plan. I read him a heartfelt poem, and before he could say anything, I hit him on the head and pushed him off the cliff. As I looked down upon his dead body, I instantly felt guilt. I killed my true love. I hid the murder weapon and ran home in tears. The end.
Well, Detective, what'd you think? Fishy? Fishy.
Excuse me? Prove it.
Well, first, Lucky ain't dead.
It came back to life to haunt me for the rest of my days. Zombie?
I never meant to take you for granted, Julian.
Should have thought about that before I murdered you.
I can be who you want me to be.
I want you out of my life.
I'll stay true.
You're dead to me, Lucky. Wait, are you guys actually... Huh?
As we were saying, you didn't do it, Julian.
As I was saying, prove it.
So, yeah. That testimony is quite a lot to unpack. How about we look at it a section at a time? If you see something fishy or just want to ask a question, say something. Oh, and something you say should totes be like, objection! You'll look like a cool lawyer. I'm sure if you do it enough, you'll have nothing left to say. Ready?
Ready.
Let's do this.
Okay. Objection. Alright, let's see.
It was a dark and stormy night.
Lurked in the okay, so this is stuff he already said. Okay, lurked in the shadows in a murderous way. Past lover. With someone else. Pick up a new occupation. Murderer. Full poem. Hid the murder weapon, ran home in tears. The end.
TBH, I would object to everything. It's pretty entertaining. Could you repeat all that, Julian?
Alright, a dark and stormy night. Sure, we'll object here. Objection!
It wasn't raining last night.
Is that so? You've got proof?
What's proof that it wasn't raining last night? I guess we can't... I guess we can't prove that. Well, no, we can, actually. The star fragments.
Nien wouldn't be able to wish on stars if it was raining.
Well, it's a minor detail meant to set the mood, alright?
Hey, lurked in the shadows in a murderous way. Okay, checked.
So you guys were secret lovers?
Of course.
That's news to everyone. Including me.
Hence the secret.
Okay. Murderous way. Just to talk to him once more, found him he was with someone else. Okay, let's object here.
Who was this person?
Cat,
What?
you two talked last night, did you not?
Yeah, but
Well, I happened to see, and my feelings got hurt, okay?
We weren't...
Are you going to tell me how to feel, Cat?
Julian!
Moving on.
Just to talk to him, someone decided to pick up a new occupation, murderer. Okay.
I always thought of murderer as more of a description than an occupation. Ha, my income tax papers would disagree.
Where were you waiting?
Near the crime scene, of course.
Pick up, okay. Lucky show up, act out your plan. Heartfelt poem, object.
Well, what's the poem?
None of your business. It was meant for Lucky's ears and eye only.
Did you reread it? I don't remember.
Of course. I'm on trial for a murder while he just sits there and murders my heart in broad daylight once again.
He could say anything, hit him on the head, push him off the cliff. Object.
What did you hit him with?
The murder weapon.
Which was?
The one you were talking about before.
Which was?
Peeling soybean?
Ha! Detective?
What was the murder weapon again? Sewing machine. Yeah, you know, that one.
That's what I said.
And we already established Lucky can be on any level...
Yeah, let me reread that again.
We already established Lucky couldn't be on any level that isn't the first level, so he couldn't fall off a cliff. But... you really sure the sewing machine was the true almost murder weapon? What, you think Julian actually did it, Stitches? I don't know. But it looks like there's a bloody axe in front of Julian's house or my house.
Yes, detectives. How could you fail to mention the bloody axe and other items around my home? Can you really call yourselves detectives?
You didn't mention it because it's irrelevant. Neither that axe nor the other items around Julian's home could be the almost murder weapon.
And why is that?
It's the paint. It's literally the painting set.
Because they're not bloody at all. He used this paint set to paint blood on random possessions. He found it hidden behind your house.
I wasn't serious. Can't you take a joke?
Alright, and then... Dorito. Alright, objection.
Where did you hide the weapon?
At Cat's, obviously. Gotta frame someone.
This cat's like...
The end.
Okay.
Julian, there's no way you're the almost murderer.
You may have been able to disprove my claims, but you have yet to prove what you just claimed. I could totally still be the almost murderer. I can prove Julian's innocence. Julian was doing yoga in his house all last night. I saw from the top of my tower.
And why have you been withholding that info this whole time?
It's called Tai Chi.
So Elvis is right?
Yeah, he's right. Look, I knew Lucky didn't actually die. I was just bringing the drama this trial needed. You guys have no fun.
Julian, this isn't a game. Lucky legit almost died last night. Like, legit.
Legit? I thought we were just starting a courtroom-inspired improv club. If that's the case, I think Stitches did it.
What?
He's been giving me the stink eye this whole time. Obviously, he's jealous of what Lucky and I had.
I just don't appreciate you making light of Lucky's situation. Sometimes you have to put the games away, you know? Plus, if I really wanted to participate in your game of pretend, wouldn't I attempt to kill you and not Lucky?
Did you see that? He's threatening me. Obviously, the real killer.
No, you might be onto something, Julian. Lucky broke it off earlier in the day. I assume you two didn't actually break up yesterday morning. Did you see Lucky yesterday at all, Julian?
Nope.
I know you don't remember much of last night, Lucky, but do you remember much of the day? Do you remember much of the day? Who'd you talk to yesterday? Talk to people. But who? What? I have to think about that. Detective! Maybe we can figure out who would want to kill Lucky if we knew more about his day. How much longer will this drag on? Can't we just pick someone?
Yeah, this has been one crazy ride, and I'm feeling nauseous.
I haven't sat down in the past 10 minutes. This is like way more work than pretending to fish.
Yeah, Representative. You got anything you want to confess? You still think it was me? I still think there's a possibility it was you.
It wasn't yet.
How are you so sure of that? Did you watch them the whole time?
Well, no, but they're in my time-lapse video.
You took a time-lapse video of Nyan? That was a time-lapse of the night sky.
Well, you see, I thought it would be nice to greet Yen every day right when they come out of their house. Nothing crazy, just a hello. My tower, you know? So I thought if I took footage of their front door over a month or so, I'd learn the times they come in and out. If I know that, I could make sure I can greet them daily.
Elvis, you should have just told me. I can come to find you when I get up. Wouldn't be hard considering you never leave your castle.
That would be nice.
Are we not gonna talk about how hella creepy that is?
Yeah, I would prefer if you didn't take secret footage of me.
Noted.
Oh, can we see this name-clearing footage you have?
Sure. Here.
Yeah. Yeah. They were right there the whole time.
I didn't intend to record Nyan's every move last night. I never expect them to stand in front of their door for hours on end. I'm sorry, Nyan.
Well, you did just save my skin, so I'll let it slide this time. But I'm confiscating that camcorder and any other camera you have.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's better to be forever paranoid that someone is spying on you than to go to jail for a hot sec.
This is just a game, this is just a game, this is just... So, is Nyan off the hook, Agent S? Yeah, can we see the video again? Zoom in this time. More! 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 There! You see? Ears! Those aren't the only pair.
Oh, you're right. There are round ears at 9:33 p.m. Ears with what I believe are horns at 9:46. 10:31 p.m. 10:31 p.m. and pointy ears at 11:02 p.m. Good eye, peasant.
I'll fess up. Those pointy ears are mine. Ain't no one got taller or pointier ears than me. Short, round ears, looks like Stitches. You say you were out last night, Stitches? Yeah? And horns? Who got horns? At each other. Orang? But you said you didn't go out yesterday.
That cannot be true. I know I saw Meringue out last night.
How do you know that? I thought you were watching the stars.
Well, I was doing some bird watching too.
Yeah, I don't think so. He knows because he's a creep who's spying on all of us with his telescopes the whole time. I mean, seriously, what birds are to even watch around here? That being said, he's telling the truth. I saw Meringue walking about as well. Actually, saw her come out of Stitch's play place.
Oh, that's right. I also saw Meringue last night. She gave me a cake.
The video checks out. Rang passed me a couple times last night. Stitches and Cat, too. I saw Stitches run into his playface at some point. You have eyes in the back of your head? Huh. Yes, I did see chatter anytime I gained partial consciousness, but I didn't see Meringue until I actually got up. Meringue? You've been awfully quiet this whole trial.
The rest of what has been said matches what I saw. I saw Meringue, Cat, Anka, and Stitches out walking around last night.
Down to 4, eh? This is a great time to recap what we got. Let me just take a look at my handy-dandy notebook. So we all agreed that Lucky was attacked somewhere between 10 to 10:10 p.m. last night. Was on the way home from the mailboxes when attacked. Bloody sewing machine was Def's the almost murder weapon. Wasn't an accident. Lucky didn't do it on purpose. Sterling and Elvis are alibi partners. Shatter and I are alibi buds. Rang is no longer an alibi bud. And neither Nan nor Julian did it. That leaves our real suspects. Cat, Anka, Stitches, and Meringue. I believe it's time we take a recess so Detective and I can gather more clues. We just received a ton of new information, and we need time to properly go through it. Plus, I would like to talk to the suspects two-on-one. No anyone else influencing any testimonies. We can regroup to decide who the real criminal is. Go home! Leaves. Hey, Detective, are you ready? You pumped? We're gonna take that sicko down, for reals this time. Everything that's happened so far? Child's play. Real game starts now. Yeah! Ooh. Ooh, okay. Maybe I'm a bit too pumped. I should probably save this energy for once they actually catch the criminal. Which may or may not be quite a while from now. You don't have any other plans, right? Well, even if you do, it'd be no biggie. Everything will still be here if you hop off. What does Nyan call it? Everything will be saved? Is that like human slang? Oh, whatever. Ready to roll, Detective? I'm ready. Huh? What's that? It's hard to understand you when you mumble. Ready. Huh. Well, sound like you said you're ready. Clearly that can't be true. You don't seem nearly hyped enough to successfully solve this mystery. I'm ready! Heck yeah, let's go! Okay, so we're back at the crime scene now. Here we are! The crime scene. Ooh! Ooh! That was my spoopy noise. That would be a good place to start. I know you already checked it out. At least I hope so. I just want to make sure we're starting this out with the same info, you know? Don't worry, you can pick where we go next. Now, let's see. Looks exactly the same since I saw it. Not last saw it. It's well preserved thanks to my ropes. Now, what's around here? Well, first, I included the flower in the crime scene because I didn't want to smush it with the fence. How to preserve the wildlife, you know? I wasn't trying to preserve that rock, though. More of it's physically impossible to put a fence on it. I assume that's the rock Anka thought Lucky hit his head on. You know? Never even considered that a possibility. I mean, look how far away it is from the body. I don't see blood on it. Oh, right. Anka said there was a coin. Picked it up, right? You can use it for evidence. Oh hey, 100 bells is already in the file. I'll make sure it's in our bag. What else? Obviously there's the body outline. Does it look like Big Chungus? What? Okay. Big Chungus. Okay. You know what era this was made in? Hey, hold on, I need to see something real quick. Oh, I see, okay. When I first saw it, I was like, dang, I didn't know Big Chungus stopped by. But no. Big Chungus did not stop by. Lucky just has a huge head that kind of looks like a bunny butt. Speaking of Lucky, based on the outline, it looks like Lucky was standing right next to the cliff. Why would he walk off the path? Literally, not figuratively. I understand one would metaphorically stray from the path. I understand it well. If he really was standing that close to the cliff, that would make the murder attempt pretty easy. And that's where the culprit dropped the sewing machine from? Maybe they, like, slam-dunked it. I mean, Lucky did bleed a lot. And yeah, he did bleed a lot. Looks like there's a trail of blood on each side. The right leads to the sewing machine, right? How about the left is from when Sterling carried Lucky to the infirmary? Ah, yes, Lucky's footprint. Wait. It doesn't make sense! Lucky wasn't standing over his own body? I don't think so. Maybe Leander's Sterling's footprint, then. They're the ones that carried Lucky away. Wait. You don't have paws? Holy nuts, Detective! I think that's the culprit's foot? Or maybe it's the culprit trying to throw us off. Doesn't matter. Either way, we can't ignore it. This is the most evident evidence we got. Gotta get a copy of everyone's footprint. With that, it looks like we detected the heck out of this crime scene, Detective. I'd say we learned some useful stuff. The footprint! How to figure out whose footprint that is. I'll be sure to check everyone's foot when we talk to them. Let's go talk to some people. Yeah, okay, yeah! Oh, wait. Maybe we should somewhat plan before I just let you run wild. I was thinking we should stay talking to just the 4 suspects, Cat, Anka, Meringue, and Stitches, plus the victim Lucky. At least for now. And make sure we ask them all the hard-hitting questions. They can't hide the truth from us. Maybe we should be more gentle with Lucky, though. He's pretty sensitive. If you're stumped with someone, you can totes go talk to someone else for a bit. I'll try to remember where we were in the conversation when we come back. It would be weird if we didn't. I have a hunch we're gonna have to do that a lot. Remember, we need evidence to back our claims. As a rule of thumb, if you want to bring up a specific convo with someone, present the related item over the person. You can still present people and places you want to talk about people and places. Ready to rock and roll, Detective? For reals this time? Of course you are, let's go! Whoa, okay. Oh, actually, one more thing. I'm gonna use my detective notebook to keep track of what we gotta do. Feel free to check it when you're lost. It's that tab thingy on the right. You're right. For whatever reason, the tab's only there when you're in a conversation. Just check up a combo with someone or go to bag check if you want to check my notes. I guess we don't have them right now. Actually, give me a moment to write down our first to-dos. There we go. How to get those 4 to spill the beans. Jot Lucky's memory, the junk we picked up. I don't think we'll get too far without that one. And get all those footsies prints. There we go. All there. Write down any other to-dos that pop up. So if you get lost, check my notes. If you forget what's up, check the descriptions of the items and people in your bag. If you're overwhelmed, don't worry. I'll be here for you this time. Just like you've already been for me. Freaking partners! We're gonna crack this bad boy together! You don't know what's coming. Am I right or am I right? You're right. Yeah, I am! Now let's win this! I'm so ready! Oh, hold on. Do you think Big Chungus will ever visit New Leaf? I'm just playing with you. I already invited him to the after party. Lead the way. Okay. We've done so much here. Crazy stuff out there, huh? Maybe this would be a sweet spot for a breather. Feel free to check your bag, my notes, whatever else. Just let me know when you're ready to get back out there. A little frog-shaped chair with lasers. Okay. Ready, I guess. Heck yeah, let's go. Alright. I have to assume that, yeah, it's all saved.
Good lord, we've done a lot. We've done so much. Okay, this has... I actually thought this game would be a lot shorter. There is a lot to it, actually. Okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it for now because God, okay. I hope this saves. Let me see. Let's see if this saves. Let me see. Do I have to like complete Agent S's notes? We gotta do that next. Okay. I think I'm gonna wrap up there. It was fun. It's just there was also quite a bit. Like a lot longer than I thought it would be. So yeah, I think I'll be good to wrap up here then. All right, let's go to the ending screen. Okay. I gotta change the what's next thing. It is not accurate now. Okay. Let me go ahead and do that while the music plays. So we're doing Tuesday. What am I doing Tuesday? Probably this again? Yeah. Or I can do World of Horror on one of the days. Actually, no, I can do World of Horror Tuesday. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. Dorados. Dortitos. Yes, Jubilife. So thanks. Oh yeah, Slugsworth isn't here. Let me bring Slugsworth. Well, I don't have Slugsworth on this screen actually, so Slug will be here. It's just Slug. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. It has been fun. Let me see, who is live? I know who to go out to actually. You have a friend who's a World of Horror fan? Nice. That game's been a lot of fun. I haven't played it in a while. I like revisiting it for October sometimes. Yeah, I know exactly who to raid out to. Yeah, they started... How long have they been going? Only about 47 minutes ago, actually. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, we will say hi to someone new tonight. Let's go raid Taveshi, who is currently playing Castlevania. Yeah, we're gonna say hi to them. Let's raid. Start that raid. Okay. Oh, yeah, let me drop these links in chat. For anybody who may want them. That's the socials, that's my server, all that stuff. Yeah. So, thank you everybody for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Back tomorrow, Back on Tuesday. World of Horror. So, have a good time zone. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.